Hey guys, heads up before watching or listening to this episode. We unfortunately did not capture the audio from the mics, so you're listening to our voices through the microphone on the camera. We do apologize, but we wanted to keep the episode up anyway because of all the good conversation we thought we had. Let us know. It's too many. They won't be as creative.
Each one is creative.
All my divisions are creative.
All your divisions are just Nick.
The current name of the divisions in our fantasy football league, by the way, if you're listening out there, we have cold pizza, beef curtains, nipple salad, and pootie tang.
I'm in Pootie Tang.
Kevin is in pootie tang, Brandon's in nipple salad, Nick's in beef curtains, and Mike's in cold pizza. Somehow Foreplay is all split up in our...
Split up.
And Mike pointed out that last week Foreplay was winning their respective divisions until Nick blew it.
I did blow it. No, I didn't blow it. Matt's got a strong team. That's good outings.
There's something special about fantasy football. I know we did a whole topic on
Yeah.
it, but we were just watching. This is going. We're recording this week 4 Sunday. Yeah.
Fun Chiefs Dolphins.
And just watched the Dolphins
Smoking
get dunked
Jay.
on.
Shut out by the saves of all teams.
The whole game could be summed up in a 9-second clip of the Wildcat where Jay Cutler was standing on the side with his hands on his hips.
It's awesome.
No effort to sell the play. That's the game. That's a shutout team right there.
I just love fantasy though, because even though that game was shit, the first half is one of the most boring games I've ever watched. The first half was penalty after penalty, but
Alvin Kamara show.
yeah, I just love that you still care to watch because even though Nick's favorite team, the Dolphins, got shat on, still Devontae Parker, give him the ball. I need a touchdown.
I had
Come
something
on.
to pull for.
Yeah, like on Thursday night when in that shit game where the Packers were absolutely just completely destroying the Bears.
Yeah.
I watched every second of that game, hoping and praying that Zach Miller was going to touch the ball. And there were 2 points where he ended up getting 2 receptions for
Yeah.
And that's all. I literally watched that game and just stared at him the entire time.
Love it.
That's it.
But this is the Foreplay podcast, where every day of the week we come together. We actually all meet at 4 p.m. every day and shoot the next segment from the following day. Monday we tease out our topics. Tuesdays for talk time. Wednesdays would you rather. Thursdays a do you know question. Friday the whole episode. Yeah, but this week just do Fridays. Whole episode goes live at youtube.com/4play video form, and then an audio form. And we will put music and iTunes. Saturday we play video games, and then this week I'm gonna tease out the topics again because I want to talk about this big old controversy surrounding the NFL right now. For Would You Rather, it's going to involve memories. And that's a movie we should do a commentary on. I fucking love School of Rock, goddammit.
Good movie.
I watch that movie at least once a year. And that final song is so good. Do you
Jack
know?
Black is yes.
Zach Black?
Jack Black, he said.
Alright. Zach Miller.
He loves trying to get you to be wrong, Kevin.
I think I don't like who you choose to be.
It's fine.
Do you know it's going to involve whether or not a specific food item fits into a mold of the category?
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
I've teased it for a while internally, but nobody out there knows.
Learn it.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Well, talk time surrounding the NFL. Everyone is up in arms because every NFL team in some fashion is now protesting the national anthem by kneeling or sitting. Not every player on every team, but this was largely in response to Mr. President Trump's tweets calling them SOBs and that no one should ever kneel and that they should all be fired.
If they kneel.
Yeah. And I want to know where everyone's at on this. So I'm mixed on some parts of it. frustrated with other parts. So Nick, where are you at?
That's a fair sentiment. What you just described. I have mixed feelings. Not so much because of the message overall, what it originally stands for, but it's been distorted.
That's my problem
These
with it.
people now that are kneeling, they're not kneeling for any other reason but to, show protest to Trump. You know what I'm saying? Whereas the original form of that protest was to say, hey, there's a serious issue with police brutality and oppression of people of color, and I can't stand for an anthem that supports a country that supports that. You know what I'm saying?
That's my problem with it. That was the original message.
That's the
by
original
Paxson.
message. Exactly.
That's gotten so fucking lost now in all of
Completely
it
lost.
that it's just back to, like, in my opinion, this mob mentality of now we're just gonna jump though. He's kneeling, I'm kneeling.
Yeah. It's the ice bucket
And-
challenge
Yeah.
of
And
the
now
NFL.
no, they don't. I don't get how these protests exist without a centralized message. They're not accomplishing anything though.
There's
There's
trying
no
to generate
focus
ratings.
on it. I don't even know because they're losing ratings because of it.
I don't know if that's the case.
No,
Remember,
they are. The
they are.
ratings are sort of dipping. But that's been a trend now for.
Yeah, no, I know they were dipping prior to the protest, but I thought I had heard that week 3 had a surge in viewership.
It might have. I don't know.
That's why I'm saying that. I feel like it may. We'd have to go back and look at the numbers, but I feel like that's something that would generate controversy and therefore could acquire viewership. But it is. It's really an ice bucket challenge. Honestly, like if you watch the Cowboys, Jerry Jones is like motioning for the camera guy to come over and look at him locking arms with his players.
Yeah,
It's like a 20-second clip. It's
didn't even see
hysterical.
Yeah, it took
It's hysterical.
I was kneel, stand, do whatever you want. But like when I saw there was one clip that was going around because now the media before the game, they get every player, who's standing,
of course,
who's
yeah.
sitting. But then they scrolled over to LaShawn McCoy, who while the anthem was playing, was literally just stretching and showing a blatant disregard for the fact that anything was even happening.
Yeah.
And when I saw that, that's different. Like that just shows that he just doesn't give a fuck, and he's just come on.
My deeper problem with it all is that football is such a huge sport. The kids everywhere watch it, right?
Yeah, of course.
And now all these kids are watching it, and they're thinking that that's okay, that you're allowed to kneel for the anthem because they don't really know. Because we can't even sit here and tell you what the fuck they're kneeling for. So how is a little kid supposed to understand the deep message of where it began? They're not.
They're not gonna.
No. And now they're seeing that all these professional athletes that are a lot of them are supposed to be role models for entire generations that it's just okay to kneel. I'm sure there's kids in school right now who are kneeling during their morning anthem because they think they're funny because they don't understand what's going on. I have a big problem with that.
At the same time, though, should we teach our kids to just blindly accept the customs and norms that we have?
No.
There are problems with the system.
But what? No, but the whole point of the anthem is the American pride and showing for the people who've fallen for us.
Of course.
Right.
And the people that protest the anthem have come out and said, "You're not doing this to disrespect the military. We cannot support a country that doesn't support us."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I understand where that initial cause is coming from. Right now, all the protests against Trump, different argument, different case.
Yeah, that's why, and that's what
in that
mine is.
respect, I don't have as good of a basis of a defense. But for the original, police brutality, oppression of people of color, that's absolutely fair, and you can't call those people bad role models because they're standing up for something that is right.
Yeah.
You're actually a worse role model if you allow oppression to continue, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. It's just that the message has now been lost, and Colin Kaepernick couldn't make a roster. Granted, his performance dipped off, but suffocation, no one wanted to sign because they didn't want, because the media took it and ruined him.
Yeah.
But now everyone's
doing
doing it, and no one else is losing their jobs.
And then in 2 years, we're going to see Kaepernick kneeling on shirts in Forever 21.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to see. 100%. Lock of the week. One night tag.
The only thing with this is and I think they've done it now with, I don't know if they've met with Goodell, but I saw a report where Goodell was trying to meet with players. They need to just find a less divisive way to get back to the true meaning of how all that started in the first place.
But here's the thing. I don't know, I may be misinterpreting you, But what is the right way to get this message across?
If you're going after Trump, the way you go after Trump, I don't think is fucking going after the national anthem. Like,
Why is that?
Because it's not Trump national anthem side by side. Like, to me, they're two different things. Like, yes, technically Trump represents our current country as the president, but the flag stands for so much more than that, and the national anthem is what it's supposed to stand for. That if you're trying to group those two together, I just don't understand where you're going. And maybe, like, why can't you guys just come out in the pregame warm-ups and fucking all lock arms together and have like a fucking moment of silence like that? Why does it have to be during the national anthem?
Well, because
Brings
that's
more attention to
it's
the
a
message.
point in time where you got all eyes.
Not even.
locked on
Do you
it.
guys watch the anthem?
I don't even.
I
That's the other thing. Like, I don't remember when growing up watching football and stuff. I don't remember the anthem before a Sunday game.
I just
it usually
distinctly in prime time. I remember the
Yeah,
prime
for
time
prime
games.
time, like the Super
Sunday,
Bowl and
Monday
stuff like
night,
that.
and stuff like that.
That was bathroom break time. Get
But-
some snacks.
But see, like that. Look, I didn't even know that whole Sean McCoy story. That one really fucking annoys me.
Yeah, you mean you could look it up too.
Yeah,
He has there's people around him. They're all paying. It's obviously they're listening to it. They're doing whatever, and he's just doing. And he's not even like you could tell he's not actually fucking stretching either. He's just like doing all kinds
He's
of shit.
trying to ignore it. And I can agree with. Like when Kaepernick was originating his protests, he actually was sitting. He wasn't kneeling at first. He was sitting.
Yeah, it was subtle. It wasn't like
Yeah,
Well, it started with the sit, and then
but he had learned that
No.
was
Yeah,
more
so
disrespectful to the troops. So he was like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to the troops.
so that's why he started.
That's why he
kneeling.
started kneeling.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it is important that he is trying to protest the best way he can. At least again, the original message, of course.
But then there's like Ray Lewis, who swore up and down that no one should be kneeling for the flag
Yeah.
and this and that, and then who was out there last
Oh,
weekend
of
with the
course.
Ravens line?
Hey, tell you what, before 2 weeks ago, have you ever seen another NFL owner on a knee? 0%. 0% chance.
No.
Jerry Jones. You think Jerry Jones would have been on a knee for his team? No way.
He's got the most profitable, or not the most. They're the Dallas Cowboys, the most valuable team in the world. Yeah, multi-billion-dollar. There's two more things that bother me in this whole thing. The one was, what's it? Alejandro Villanueva,
the left tackle.
the left tackle who was a former Army Ranger and did 3 tours in Iraq. The story is, I don't know, it's true that he thought everyone was behind him when they were going out to the field, but hours before the game they had a unified message that they were all going to stay in the locker room as a team. Which- I am more okay with that, I think, than them going out in the field, which I think is divisive. Everyone's talks about this because all this is doing is you're having the media control, like you said, oh look, he's standing, he's sitting, he's standing, sitting. To me, how does that not just create turmoil within the team? So at least if everyone's in the locker room together, someone's sitting in the locker room, someone's standing, but we don't have to see that, right? It's just for the team to figure out.
Mhm.
But that's why I like that. But then they said that he thought the team was behind him, and he went out and he stood and did the flag, and then I thought that was awesome by him. But then he came out the next day and apologized for it.
Yeah, he shouldn't
yeah,
have
he shouldn't have to
defend
apologize.
himself.
I think that's really
Yeah.
sad. That guy, he's perfect
That's-
example of why people stand, and he came out and apologized.
That was him doing that on his own. Like, he came out and apologized on his own because he felt he didn't want to.
He didn't want to
Disrespect the
he didn't-
message that his teammates were trying
Yeah,
to
he didn't want all these reports to come out.
But then and then there's Big Ben who says, "I wish we would have done it different." The very next day he said that. He's like, "I wish we wouldn't have done it like that." It's like poor Villanueva just trying to,
He's doing the right thing in his mind, which is fine. Exactly. There should be
Yeah,
no
that's why I don't
talk
like.
about that.
But then it comes back to so yeah, obviously the NFL is a huge money making machine.
Yes.
Huge. So they're a non-profit too, right? Somehow.
I don't know
how
the
it works.
legislation there.
I'm pretty sure that
they're all paid pretty handsome.
the minimum salary is what, $300K for a player or something like that.
Yeah.
3 to 500 kids.
Super minimum.
So we all work in places, right? Now, can we just freely express and protest our ideas and
that's
values.
the other side. They're employees of the NFL.
They're employees. So can we go do that? Nick, me and Nick work together. Can we just go start protesting our values and beliefs on the clock?
On the clock.
So like someone who works at
I see what you're
Google,
saying. I see what
Google
you're
uses
saying.
their platform to push some type of
Agenda.
belief that they have. It's
I
like
see what you're saying.
Why is that okay?
because the reason why Kaepernick used the anthem, used the NFL as because if he was trying to protest all this on his own time, no one would
No.
have
Yeah.
any idea.
Yeah.
He did it at a point in time where there's millions of eyes on the TV
Yeah.
watching.
Millions of eyes. That was right at the peak of all this turmoil in
Yeah.
the country too. When you
So, I
started
mean,
it.
That's where it gets kind of iffy because they are technically employees.
Yeah.
And it's you have a right to protest, but not on that.
That's why, in my opinion, the NFL needs to come out and they need to say, you need to respect the anthem. Whatever they're going to define that as, I don't think anyone should really be allowed to kneel when they're in the NFL. Take your protest. When you're off the clock, when you're not playing on the team, go organize as a group. Why? You're using, exactly like we said, the platform where no one else can do that. Anyone else would probably be fired. Normal people.
It depends on what the circumstance was, because it is important that even while on the clock in that situation, they're not doing the thing that they're getting paid for in that moment. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not getting paid to sit or stand for the anthem. They're getting paid to play football. So they're not actually violating their work. It's not like you see the team just take a snap
You're
and do
getting
nothing.
paid to wear
The uniform.
No, but the
Yeah,
two
okay.
things you guys are missing too is there's like an NFL contract rule book too, and
Okay.
there's an excerpt in there that states that you must stand during the national anthem
Where is that?
as an employee of the NFL. As a player, I've seen it go around of I guess their contract or whatever, and that states there
It states in there.
that you're supposed to.
Well,
stand.
then here's the other wild card. Then Goodell came out and said that he was proud of the players for week 3 for the
Yeah,
what they were doing, and at the end of the day, he's the boss.
he's the commissioner.
So if he says he's okay with it,
But I mean, he was saying he was proud probably because you could tell that in that week there was a huge.
Well, there was nothing really else he could say because if he said he wasn't proud,
yeah,
And it was
yeah,
It
and
would-
that was and yeah, it was all of that outcry was more geared towards what Trump said coming out and telling people to boycott the NFL.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I don't know if they've made a statement on the other form of protest.
I just
Not
think
sure. I
they
don't
need to
think
come
so.
out and you're going to get fined every week if you don't respect the anthem. Protest all you want outside. Don't use the platform because now the media is just going to focus on this. You're tearing the teams apart. You've lost the message already because the message is gone. People don't know why they're protesting. Now I guess it's just the Trump. So the people that were actually trying to accomplish something with the original protest like Kaepernick, unfortunately now that message is gone. Because now it's just a retort against Trump.
Mhm.
To me, there's other ways. I don't think you need to use this message. Show kids that it's okay to kneel because the kids aren't going to understand what the message is for. Like I've already stated.
I disagree with that aspect of the argument, but I can understand that it's the real message is overshadowed now by a petty message, and that they are on the clock. I understand that as well. But again, being a good role, you're not being a bad role model. If you're on your knees saying "Screw America, down with everyone."
Well, I think like
you're
the
being a
Sean
bad
McCoy,
person.
that's
that's pretty blatant. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
because you're not standing for anything and you're just disregarding everything.
In that case, I can agree with you. In the Sean McCoy case, but the rest of the people kneeling there can't automatically say that they're being bad role models. They can't say that they're taming the minds of the kids. We should be teaching.
And I'm
the
not
kids
saying
to
that they're all bad role models necessarily. It's just it's like a collective role model, not the individual that. Like I said, they just think it's okay, and I don't like that.
Oh, that's what I mean. We shouldn't stand for injustice. We shouldn't allow that.
But that's not. They're standing just against one man.
Yeah, no. As I said, in this
Yeah,
particular
yeah,
instance,
that's
yes.
not-
But automatically, don't touch the anthem. We can't just lock
No,
ourselves
no,
into that
no.
mentality. Then we're
Yeah, I agree with that.
in that direction.
What I liked, I think the other night it was the Packers. Literally everyone on the team was just
Locked
locked
arms.
arms.
Yeah. To me, that's
Show unity, show something like that instead of having all these,
individual.
I like that. I think I'm fine with that. You're standing, you're unified as a team, you're showing. To me, that's a peaceful protest.
I mean, all of it's been peaceful.
Yeah, none of it's been
Yeah.
malicious, but I don't know. At the end of the day, it's entertainment, and I view sports and everything else as an escape from
that's the other
all
thing.
all the craziness that goes on.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I wish it would get back to that, but I understand why sort of everything started.
But now, every week, for the remainder of the 2017-18 season, for the remainder of the next off season, this is the headline every week.
I think we'll see this week. I don't think it's going to be as much of a. It's not going to be as covered.
But
as it was
Goodell still has to come out and comment on it because they were meeting all this week and talking about what their
Yeah, because there's a way.
stance
There's
is.
probably a way they could come up with something else. I don't know. We'll see.
Time will tell. Would you rather? I gotta pull this off my phone. Big fan of this one, and I don't have an answer, but I love talking about memories. Okay? So think about this. Go back to when you were coming out of your mother.
Yes, I remember that.
Would you rather lose all of your memories from birth to now, or lose your ability to make new long-term memories? Tough.
It is
Real
absolutely
tough. And I think our age range almost makes it even more so tough.
Well, it's also, a lot of it's, for me, the biggest thing with memories, believe it or not, is the people. That's the one that would be the hardest for me to get by with. If I were going to have kids, it's a very difficult choice to say, let me keep my memories from birth. So I think really for me, it's a very tough question, but I think for me it would come down to if I had kids or not. If I don't have kids, I think I'd say I'd keep my memories now.
Like from birth to now?
Birth to now. I would say if I was going to have kids, then I'd have to take the memories later. How could I not remember my kids willingly? How could I willingly choose
Well,
that?
you still have short term. It's saying long term.
Yeah, but I don't want to I Love Lucy my children.
As soon as
I
they're
love.
small.
Why you keep saying?
You're right. Why do I keep
50
saying
first dates.
50 First Dates. I keep saying I Love Lucy because her name is Lucy. In the movie, her name is Lucy. Just so you guys know that it's not just coming out of nowhere. 50 First Dates.
But this is my whole thing. All the memories that we all have till today have made us who we are.
Exactly.
And you would start tomorrow and you'd have, why am I surrounded by video games? What the fuck is all this?
Why are my hands covered in shit? Your kids.
Well done. But yeah, it's like you would lose it'd be almost like a reboot.
Yeah.
And I don't want a reboot. I'm good on that. I don't, maybe if my life was different and I wasn't having, a great life, but now it's like, fuck, alright, tomorrow, maybe I'll be a gymnast. Who knows? It's a fresh start. The world's my oyster.
I don't think that, because you'd wake up and your body's creaking all over the place, your first thought would not be, okay, I'm going to be a gymnast.
Fun fact, I did gymnastics class in first grade, and I was really good. It's about the end of that story. I did a gymnastics camp or something. I don't know why.
Side note, kickboxing place just opened up on Fisher. Join and beat the crap out of each other.
Just take out all the aggression every week.
I've heard doing that stuff, whether it's that or training with
MMA.
jiu-jitsu and stuff like that. It's actually it helps with stress and all that other shit.
Getting it out.
Yeah.
Me and Nick would get too much out, I think.
Take you to the mat.
That takes some people to the mat. But where are you at, Kev? You want to reboot? Be a gymnast tomorrow?
I don't know. That's pretty tough.
That's what I'm saying. Because we still have, the thing is, we have a lot of life left. But I think, we're all going to change in the next 10 years. You look back at 2 years ago, and it's like, what the fuck was I doing compared to now? But I think we're all pretty set in who we are.
I like to think that I haven't peaked yet, so I want to be able to remember my
peaked
peak.
7 years ago or so. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Sometime
Playing Pokemon Red, and I had all 151 Pokemon.
So, and if you think about it, it's like, for the first 6, what do you remember from like the first 7 years of your life?
I remember Kevin destroying my 4th grade dog.
Here we go.
That's what I remember.
The thread
There's, like,
that's never
little-
fully told
You know, like little fragments
of this. Yeah.
of bits in time, but
Well, you keep going because
I don't
a
know.
revelation.
Because I'm trying to think about it that way, where I'm only 23, gonna be 24, and there's a huge stretch of time where I only remember bits and pieces of it anyway. I know a lot of that is shaped, but if there's still X number of years left, I don't know. I feel like
What's wrong, Nick?
I saw you grip it tight. And
That's because I just got a big old bow ring because I got excited. Now, I thought never in a million years I would pick losing all my memories going forward. However, wild card, right? I realized myself, love to take a lot of pictures, got a bunch of pictures, right? I identify kind of who I was, right? Build the pieces back together. But think about all your favorite things, right?
Yeah. I know where you're going.
First time Nick played RuneScape. First time
You
you watched
like it,
Star
right?
Wars. Played all these games. First time you watched movies.
first again.
You get to experience it for the first
Yeah.
time again.
But
Fuck.
you actually have, like, you'll remember it even more.
No biases. Fresh start on all these important memories. Yeah, that's hot.
Sounds cool.
First time watching Star Wars.
But again,
Who knows? Maybe the new reboot of you would fucking hate it so much.
Oh, that'd be so upsetting.
There's this big ass hairy gorilla that's walking around.
But I mean, that definitely is a scary thing because I'm sure of like certain things because of certain memories that you had that led you to like that thing and the
Certain
chains and the webs. But I gotta, because everyone knows my fetish is going into something completely
use that
blind.
word. Use a different word.
What is the definition of a fetish? But now you get to go in completely blind. Everything. It sounds awesome.
it does. In that respect, it definitely does.
And I didn't think of that until just now.
But imagine not remembering baby Sabrina.
She was damn cute. Big Sabrina. I have pictures though, so I'll rebuild.
Oh, so we could do that. I don't have a lot of pictures.
I have a big picture.
I have a lot of pictures.
Okay.
Good about that.
So there's two definitions for fetish. I guess I'm more in line with the second one. First definition, though, is a form of sexual desire in which gratification is linked to an abnormal degree to a particular object, item of clothing, part of body, etc.
To an abnormal degree.
Victorian men developed fetishes focusing on feet, shoes, and boots. Fun fact.
Great.
Other definition for that first one, an excessive and irrational devotion or commitment to a particular thing. So I'm in there.
Failed mistake.
Second definition, an inanimate object worshipped for its supposed magical powers, or because it is considered to be inhabited by a spirit. Never knew that. Good. Learn something every day. I'm starting reboot Brandon 2.0. Let's get this money. That's your lock of the week. Fresh start. Sticky Nicky with the sticky fingers.
Sticking
What
with
are
my
you
family. Sticking with them. Well, again, depending on if
You're not
It's
losing
not like you're gonna lose your family.
Yeah, but I'm gonna lose all the formative memories that I had growing up.
You could use, but here's the deal: you could use,
pictures.
you could sit down with your parents, and you could be like, "Tell me about me," and you could learn about your life through their eyes and see how they saw it.
I want to bring this out, a little secret that I'm going to do, right? When I'm older, and I think it's fucking genius. I don't know where I saw this. And if your parents had done this, you'd be fine losing all your memories. When I have a kid, right, I'm going to make that kid an email. And then I'm just going to try and send that email an email, like every few days or so, on like updates on their life. And then like when they're 18, give them the password to the email, and they're going to have fucking descriptions of their life from the past 18 years from my eyes. I think it's awesome.
That's great. But then you could also fabricate stuff.
Oh yeah, just incept little things. Yeah.
Like at age 6. Oh,
And then when I'm 65 and dying, I'll let them know.
You sucked your first dick today.
Yeah. We caught you in the vacuum room. I'm sorry. And then when I die, I'll give them a note. Oh yeah, email 74952. Those are all just bogus. I threw them in there. Sorry that you've been living a lie for 25 years.
That's rich.
But you had that.
No, that's a decent idea.
I
think
like
it's
that
awesome.
idea.
Oh my
It's
God.
easier to store
Yeah.
that too.
That's what I'm saying. You just send all. It's so easy. You just send an email. You don't have to write anything down.
Yep. Don't have to keep it. Just
No
have it
idea
on.
though. I'd go hard for like
First
couple
year.
months. It's like I just-
Dad, what happened? I just stopped caring,
It's a
son.
giant gap in time.
He's going through the emails, and there's like a 3-week period, and that's where Kevin was just down on his luck in Vegas, sucking out whiskey. He's like, Dad, what happened during those 3 weeks? Don't worry about it. Dark times. So you're,
So, I'm gonna go with reboot.
yeah, see, it's
I love
enticing.
my childhood, man.
I know, it's tough.
It is tough. It's a
I'm
good
gonna
question.
I'm gonna go reboot.
Yes. Because you get
I could learn about who I was.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a simple guy. I'll get the gist of who I was pretty quick.
Godspeed to anyone trying to describe me who I am for the first 23 years of this fucking life.
A hot mess.
Yeah, Sticky
That's
Nicky.
It's dependent on the kids. If I have kids, reboot. If I don't have kids, no reboot.
Okay.
That's it.
I'd allow
I
that.
can't exactly
Half
answer
answer.
otherwise, yeah.
Reboot for me.
But it's only one conditional instead of a lot of conditionals, at the very least.
Now, this has been a question I've been dying to ask. And I'm going to need my phone for a number of things here. And, some have said, Brandon, how did you come up with such an amazing topic? This might be the best topic. These are just things I've heard from our, what do they call them, the testers or R&D? So the topic is a hot dog a sandwich? And I have a real big issue with this because it's a slippery slope. So Nick, is a hot dog a sandwich?
Depends.
What the fuck does that mean?
When have you ever eaten a sandwich where you've not cut the bread fully? You know what I'm saying? When you have a thing of bread,
Yes.
you cut it in half, but you didn't finish it all. You didn't finish the job. It's just an open book of bread that you then close your sandwich in.
Yes.
You call that a sandwich.
Yes.
And a hot dog is a sandwich.
No.
A hot dog is a sandwich.
It's between two pieces of bread.
So is a burger a sandwich?
I say a burger's a sandwich. It's a
That's
form of
No.
sandwich,
See,
yeah.
this is why. This is
Yeah.
the problem. It's a slippery slope. What
Why
the?
is it a slippery
So is a
slope?
quesadilla a sandwich?
No.
Depends. If it's 2 layers of quesadilla,
Everything can't be.
Quesadilla is more of a wrap than it is a sandwich.
but it also depends.
What the fuck's a wrap then?
A wrap is something that's wrapped in a tortilla.
A burger is wrapped. A meat patty is wrapped in 2 buns.
I know what he's saying. He brings about a good point because we're saying that anything between 2 pieces of bread is a sandwich. So he provided the counter.
Just like
example as quesadilla.
Just like when we talked about if people should take down George Washington because he had slaves. It's a slippery slope, right? You can't
Yeah.
take down his statue.
Well, it's not the same, but
These are basically the
You
same
just went
thing.
through, like,
These are
11
basically the same thing. It's a slippery
It's
slope
close.
if you start allowing a burger to be a sandwich because then a burger's a wrap. And then a hot dog's a wrap.
That doesn't make,
and a
no,
hot
you're
dog's a
getting
sandwich.
confused.
A
The whole
square
wrap
is a
nothing.
rectangle, but a rectangle is not a square.
Indeed.
But 2 lefts make a
Uh-huh.
right.
2 looks still make a right.
What? 2 rights make a left.
Anyways, 2 lefts do make it right, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, fuck it.
I just wanted to screw with you.
The definition of a sandwich is key, okay? So there's 2 definitions from Merriam-Webster.
3 lefts.
A, number 1, 2 or more slices of bread or a split roll having a filling in between.
Describes everything.
Boom.
Quesadilla is a sandwich then.
B,
Quesadilla does not involve
Bread.
It's technically not bread.
Oh, if it's corn, yeah.
it's
right.
made of grain.
No, it's bread.
Wheat.
Wheat.
Wheat. B, definition of 1, 1 slice of bread covered with food.
That's
It's a
not a
real shitty
sandwich. It's a
definition.
liar.
Definition number 2, something resembling a sandwich, especially composite structural material consisting of layers often of high-strength facings bonded to a low-strength central core.
It's a very specific definition.
That's a different application.
So simple one, right?
Read the definition again.
What's the first one?
It's frustrating because it kind of
Just think about it.
Just read the first one.
Don't fucking turn it around.
Easy.
Fucking bum.
Easy. What does it say?
2 or more slices of bread or a split roll having a filling in between.
What do you call a hot dog?
It's a hot dog. With hot dog
What
buns.
is a hot dog?
It's buns.
2 or more slices of bread with filling in between.
It's not 2 or more slices of bread. It's 1 slice of bread.
It's a split roll.
Split roll.
What the fuck's a split roll?
What I said earlier, the bread booklet.
The bread booklet.
You remember?
I don't know if I could die on the hill of a hot dog being a sandwich because it's a slipper roll.
the hill.
I'm not dying on that hill. You're trying to die on that hill right now, saying that a hot dog is a
Hot
sandwich.
dog's a sandwich.
It is. No one
Fact.
thinks about it as one, but
People will fight it.
it is what it is.
What's a sandwich? Peanut butter and jelly.
Oh, it's completely arbitrary.
That's
You
a
just
sandwich.
defined what a sandwich was. You
That's a
idiot.
sandwich. Let's define it, right? Nick's mustard, mayo, and cheese doodles. That's a sandwich. That's what he likes.
Is there? What about a slice of? There's ham or turkey,
That's a sandwich.
various meats.
It's a sandwich.
What is hot dog? What is a hot dog?
It's a piece of.
It's a tube of foreign meats
Tube.
that's
No,
just
literally
compressed.
That's a meat, but it's not a deli meat, and that's the differentiator. It's not. See, so is a sub a sandwich?
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Everything's a sandwich.
If you don't think a sub is a sandwich, there's something wrong because you just.
It's a submarine. I know it's a submarine sandwich. It's deli meat.
No, it's
Submarine
not.
sandwich.
If you had a chicken parm, that is not deli meat. Oh.
You're telling me a chicken parm is a sandwich?
It's a sandwich.
Yeah.
Absolutely a sandwich.
Chicken parm sandwich.
Okay, I would allow that.
Yeah.
You have to
But-
specify because
Yeah.
if you just say chicken parm, you can have it just on your plate or you could have a sandwich. On which
All right,
you put the
all right.
tortillas.
That's
Exactly.
a fair. That's a fair point.
So if we're going in that direction, then hot dog sandwich. 'Cause it's not
Oh.
deli meat. This chicken's not.
But
that's
do you
essentially-
order a hot dog sandwich?
You don't have to. I could order a chicken parm sandwich. I don't have to say chicken parm sandwich.
But do you order a burger sandwich?
I don't have to. I could. It still would be correct. There's no problem with that. People would probably give me a weird look because no one calls it
No,
like
because
that.
it's not a sandwich.
No, it absolutely. is.
Because you
no
don't
one
have
calls
to,
it like that.
because you don't have to specify between those two things.
Meaning is understood.
Is it uncrustable a sandwich?
Yes.
Why?
Because again,
It's not a split roll and it's not 2 pieces of
it
bread.
essentially is.
No.
It's
That
a
bitch
layer.
is sealed in.
No, but once you uncrust it, then it's
You
two
fucking
separate
love
things.
Uncrustables.
I don't
don't
love
you?
Uncrustables.
Yeah, you do.
But
You got real giddy when I said Uncrustable.
once you rip off that Uncrustable, it's 2 pieces of bread. It's weirdly shaped, yes. It's 2 pieces of bread.
You know
You know the answer.
you know we're right.
No.
It's just
No, I don't.
It's destroying.
I would allow the chicken parm. That makes sense. Okay. But it's a slippery slope because then a quesadilla is a sandwich.
Quesadilla is a sandwich. Unfortunately, by definition, a quesadilla is a sandwich, David.
It's not a sandwich. Kevin knows.
It's a sandwich. Kevin, don't let emotion get in the
First of all, a
way.
quesadilla is the dumbest fucking thing in the world. that you
I
could
love
possibly
I
ever
love a
order.
quesadilla.
A cheese quesadilla.
Oh,
You
that's
realize
fucking
you paid,
stupid.
You paid money
for
to
a
have
cheese
melted
sandwich.
cheese thrown between 2 tortillas.
That's pretty bad.
That's like going out and ordering it. I mean, you could get a good grilled cheese somewhere, but it's the same thing.
Yeah, there's a grilled cheese sandwich. Shout out to the grilled cheese sandwich.
True.
Yeah,
I always talk
that-
talk shit about the grilled cheese,
No.
but then I backtrack.
But I'm not a big fan of putting the bacon on there and putting all these wild cards in there.
You could.
I'm just basically having my multiple cheeses I would allow. But no, that's a sandwich. No, because then the yo fuckers just tried to tell me that a wrap was a sandwich.
Yes.
A wrap is a
See,
wrap.
this kid's telling me a wrap's a
Everything
sandwich.
with bread's a sandwich.
That's not the definition. Anything with bread. So if I put 2 fucking pieces of wheat bread on your ears, you're a fucking sandwich?
I'm a fucking sandwich. Fact. With some filling inside. That's it.
Yeah.
Sandwiches.
What's your favorite type of sandwich, Nick?
Honestly, I've been loving those Wawa chicken parms.
I got one the other day.
How happy did it make you?
Didn't know they were on the menu.
Not a
Bad.
game changer. Yeah,
Yeah,
That's the
bad.
last
I
thing
don't
I
like
would
it.
ever order.
Dude, try it.
I go there.
Then again, I would go there and order
Suck down a
Cheese
sriracha
steaks.
chicken steak.
I'll get a chicken parm sandwich and one of those for real chocolate chip milkshakes. Where are they?
4,000 calories later.
$9 and 800 calories later. But I'm feeling great. Tell you what, I don't have a bigger smile on my face when I'm walking out with those two items.
I was real upset when I left work after you said you got that milkshake the other day. Once in a while, I was like, get myself that cookie and cream milkshake.
Didn't have any.
Didn't have any. Got a blue slushy instead. Was real upset.
Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah. Kevin, what's your favorite sandwich?
I'm a big fan of the classic, like turkey provolone sub.
Nothing
Just
wrong with that.
everything on it. All like the fixins,
The Big Roy's Fixins.
oil, vinegar,
Nah, I can't fuck with
all
that.
that.
Side note,
Delicious.
another favorite sandwich that this is probably the only opportunity I have to share.
What?
Bread,
Mustard,
deli meat
ketchup.
turkey. Tell me this is gonna blow your mind. Deli meat turkey, American cheese, Cool Ranch Doritos,
Fuck Cool Ranch.
sprinkled
Doritos.
on top.
Fuck Cool Ranch.
I'm telling
Doritos.
you, your sandwich game will go from here to there, 100%.
This is why I've been upset with the sandwich for many years. Because there's nothing better to me than when you were young, your parents, they get like 10 different deli meats from the fucking counter. You just throw them all. You just have like 10 different ones going on top. But I don't really like any condiments that work on a sandwich. Not a mustard guy, not a mayo guy, really.
You like mayo?
I'm coming on to it. And a chicken sandwich, that's it. But then I don't like oil and vinegar.
Oh, I hate it.
So I've been fucking a little bit with the buffalo spread.
That sounds like pretty good.
It's not too bad, but that's what I need. I don't know what else to put on a sandwich. I tell you what though, dip a grilled cheese in ketchup.
Yeah.
Woo! Woo!
Shout out to the sausage and peppers.
I fucking hate sausage and peppers.
Depends on what
I had a banging one yesterday. It was like from a
Real
Ricky
greasy cart.
snack
Oh,
stand
just
at
the
a
sausage
football
and peppers.
game, and sausage and peppers with onions on it. Oh my!
See, I
Lord,
can't fuck with the
tell
onion.
Onions
Listen
are
out,
great. I love onions.
I don't understand the BLT.
Not about that either.
I don't know why people do that. It doesn't really make sense. What do you digest it? Bacon? Lettuce, tomato?
It's actually very good to eat. Like combo.
I don't like tomato. So a hot dog's not a sandwich. It's been established here by
Absolutely
foreplay.
sandwich.
Nick tried to tell me that a wrap was a sandwich, that a gyro was a sandwich. And he loves his beef gyros from Burke Township High School.
That's only two meals that ever defeated me.
What? What the fuck does that mean?
I would get some of the jankiest school lunches just as a challenge. And the gyro defeated me.
What does that mean?
Means I threw up at that football practice that day. I'm not even kidding. That's not a joke.
The beef gyro.
The beef gyro put me down. The other one, I'll never forget this either because it was two of the worst meals I've ever had. Beef gyro. And the one, there's just a cheesesteak, but it had pickles on it.
What?
And the pickle juice had seeped into the bread.
Ugh.
So every bite I took, I was just tasting
I hate
juicy, wet
pickles.
pickle
I
funk.
hate pickles.
It was repugnant. Terrible.
I don't like it.
You
I
know
don't
what
even think
miss
that's a
about
word.
The high school lunches.
Your taco soup.
Well,
That was pretty good.
I never
pretty
ate
good.
school lunch ever, so
It's
No, I miss
so
Griff going elbow deep into on chicken nugget day. He'd get the mashed potatoes, he'd have a whole thing of barbecue sauce, and he'd like shove, half his fingers would go into the barbecue sauce, and dunk it all over the place, and shove it in his mouth.
all over
It
him.
was so, dude, that was actually a solid combo, the Blake High School chicken nuggets, mashed potato combo.
They were better in elementary school. If you remember, Emma Havens.
Remember?
French toast sticks.
Oh, Domino's
And
Pizza
Domino's
Day?
I
pizza
can't believe-
and chicken
Oh,
nuggets.
I can't believe we were all going fucking bananas over Domino's pizza.
Oh yeah, best day of the week. I think
It
it was
was
a
the best day of
Wednesday.
the week. It was Wednesday.
That's right.
Yeah,
Damn it, 20 years ago.
absolutely the best day of the week.
I still remember though, the chicken nuggies. You only ever got like 4, and it was never enough. The mashed potatoes.
You could pay like the 50 cents to get extra.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you always got extra though. Always had to.
I just remember it being sweet, like having the opportunity for chocolate milk every day. Because you have all the stupid little milk cartons.
I think they were like 10 cents when we started elementary school, and
They
by the time we got to high
kept
school, it was
getting
like 50 cents for a fucking milk carton.
Yeah, they kept getting hiked up. We got screwed.
Well, it's another episode of the Foreplay Podcast in the books. This has been episode 102.
Good job, buddy.
Thanks. You touched me so gently there. Nick will come up to me at work sidebar and just start massaging me in the back. And
Just out of nowhere.
Yeah, and the problem is, he's got magical fingers, but it makes me so uncomfortable. Nick, you could be a masseuse, if everything doesn't
I can
work
be
out.
whatever I want it to be.
No, you can't.
Fact.
But if you like what we do, please subscribe to the channel. All the links are in the description below on our videos, or you can subscribe and follow all of our social media pages. Got that audio version on iTunes. If you play music, check that out. Spot check that. Watch us play video games on Saturdays. And we'll see y'all next week with more of 3 and 4 play. Now my phone's locked out for a minute. Thanks.
Thank you guys for watching or listening.
Please subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/4playvideo.
If you like what we're doing, make sure to smash that like button.
Be sure to share all our videos with your friends so we could continue to grow, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.